So we go to two-wheel drive, where there's a championship to ponder as well, because ideally Victor Johansson needs to be clear of Raila come the end of this race, but the grid quickly has Joni-Pekka Raila then on pole position. Victor Johansson is with him at the front. The second row, Simon Engsvik and Kristaps Grunter, Timmy Enlund and Ralf Agavens on that back row of the grid. Johansson is the only previous winner on this grid, and the way that the Mercedes has been going, well, let's see. The championship is getting closer to him, but he's got to make sure he outscores Raila.
Certainly does. Raila has been fast though, hasn't he, and dominated his semi-final in the end. This is going to be a good race.
It is indeed. It was Victor Johansson who took the win on Friday. Raila got a third, and Timmy Enlund, who's on the back row of the grid, got a second. So those are the drivers to look for as we are about to go racing. 5 laps for the two-wheel drive open final. Wait for the green light to come on now. Good getaway by Engsvik on the second row. Good start also by Enlund, but he can't find a gap. Raila doesn't know who to block, whether it's going to be the Mercedes or the Polo. In the end, he keeps the lead. Engsvik to the outside of Johansson. Here comes Enlund up the inside. That's the outside, though, for the kick at 3, and he can't do it. So down to turn 4, it is Joni-Pekka Raila in the venerable Datsun that leads. He's up the curve, so is Johansson, so is Enlund, and here they come to the loose for the first time.
That hybrid propulsion from Johansson's Mercedes gives him such good drive out of turn 2. There was no answer from Enlund's BMW to that power. Raila, though, out front. We heard from Engsvik earlier on, was struggling with the setup of the car. Now he's got the door attached, so that is an advantage over his semi-final run. At least it wasn't raining at that time. The leading trio go for the standard lap. I think that was Grunter in the background going for the Joker.
So that's the leader, that's Raila ahead of Engsvik, but the championship leader, so that's in the Mercedes, is Victor Johansson. Hasn't yet been able to clear Engsvik, and therefore can't think about outscoring Raila. That's what he needs to do for the championship. Now Raila is getting away, isn't he? Here comes Johansson right onto the tail of Engsvik in the Polo. That car has been getting better and better over the course of the weekend. Johansson looks for a Mercedes-sized gap on the inside, can't do it going into turn 5. Raila, though, is absolutely on a mission. Foot nailed to the boards then as he makes his way now up towards the jump, which he's going to hit now. Launches himself over it. Engsvik second, Johansson third, and crash land back down to earth into the hairpin. Turn through the corner now.
Johansson needs to be careful, doesn't he? I know he's desperate to gain a position. I would expect he'll Joker now. He doesn't. He could afford to risk falling behind Enlund, but he needs to get good points here. He needs to take it to the final round of the series in Strackness, which is just a single header event. He can't afford to make a mistake trying to make an optimistic move past Engsvik and throw it all away at this stage of the weekend.
And Raila, for all his commitment to doing 2 categories, he's done a lot of miles. He is perhaps deserving of a win here, just to round out the weekend. There he comes towards us, really sideways behind is Engsvik. Again, Johansson looks that little bit nearer, but he just can't find a way through. Behind them, Grunter has jokered, and he's 4th. Enlund has jokered. Agavens has jokered. These 3 yet to serve it. This is lap 3. Here comes Raila over the jump, launches himself higher than the front row at a Bob Marley concert there. Behind him is Engsvik. Johansson is 3rd as they get to the hairpin. That Datsun still leads the way comfortably now.
Yep, pulling at an even bigger margin. Engsvik's going to joker this time around. This is to cover off Grunter behind, which I think he's going to do reasonably comfortably. Raila's car looks so beautifully set up, really suits his very tidy driving style. Johansson momentarily moves up to 2nd, but barring disaster for Engsvik, I think he'll probably get it back unless Johansson can deliver 2 very quick laps this time around, but Raila is the one setting the pace.
But I think Johansson might be able to deliver, because now the road is clear ahead of him. He is pushing on. So his last lap was only a 10th down on Raila. There he is. So now the road is clear. He can push. He might just be able to jump ahead of Engsvik. It's going to be close. They are both potentially going to have to joker this time. We'll see what the strategies are. But look, Johansson now is bringing down that gap, no question. And on the landing there, the Datsun squirms. Look at the way the Mercedes is gobbling up the gap between the 2 of them. Fantastic.
Ryder's
got a problem. Something broken on landing, hasn't it? You saw the car bouncing. He's lost the lead, and suddenly it's a completely different complexion of the race. Victor Johansson versus Simon Engsvik for the win. There's the Polo. There's 1 more lap to run at the end of this. Here's the Mercedes on the joker lap. On standard lap is the Polo of Simon Engsvik. Johansson's on the inside. Engsvik's going to get run out wide. Big slide for the Mercedes. Engsvik's back ahead of him.
Oh, that was almost a nightmare for Engsvik, because he was stuck on the outside, but Johansson just lit the throttle up. It was so frustrated. A bit more patience. Just burying the throttle didn't help in that scenario. Now he's all over the back of the Polo. Now any hope of wondering about the championship could well go out the window, because he can taste victory from here.
but so too can Simon Engsvik. That car did not look all that sparkling on Friday, the white polo, but it's gone really well today. Victor Johansson second, and Johnny Pekka-Raila has parked it, so said he was deserving of a win. Real shame for him as again Johansson closes right up down to the hairpin. Look at Grunter there in third place as well. His speed is good, but this is the last lap. There are about 2 corners to go, and unless Engsvik throws it at the scenery, then Johansson can't find a way past him. Simon Engsvik then goes up the curb, sets the car up for the last corner. It's going to have to be a full send here by Johansson, but Engsvik covers him across the line. Here they come, flag at the ready, and so Simon Engsvik wins the two-wheel drive open final from in second place, taking the flag. Victor Johansson. Third was Kristaps Grunter, and then fourth to Timmy Enlund, who's rather struggled today. And then for fifth place, it's going to be Ralf Eigervens with Joni Pekka-Raila, the one retirement from that race.
Enlund's pace picked up through that race, didn't it? Came right back out the leaders towards the end. Johansson wasn't really sure, as you said during the race, what to do in the first corner. He then decided to do nothing, didn't really challenge Raila, and didn't shut the door on Engsvik either. Enlund running third. Raila had done all of the hard work, hadn't he? But there was a bit of a problem on the way up to the jump, and then landed poorly. Whether that increased the issues or was a result of them, we don't know, but definitely lost a lot of pace. Johansson had no option but to go for the Joker at that time because Raila was in the way. Great to have the local drivers racing with their BMWs this weekend. And Johansson just got in way too hard in the throttle when they met at the merge. I guess he'll be pretty disappointed with that, but great points, especially with Raila not finishing towards his title challenge.
And it's going to be a very happy Simon Engsvik, no question about that. In the moment he will be able to tell all, but yeah, he was pretty chuffed, wasn't he, after his earlier race win. How about that? A good job done as Simon Engsvik is about to clamber out of the car.
Simen, vi tar det på norsk. Ja, det er mye lettere. Gratulerer så mye. Altså, hvor hard var den finalen?
Det var veldig tett hele veien, så det var veldig moro.
Hvordan føles det å vinne her i Riga?
Det er veldig tøft, dra så langt og for en ordentlig god tur med mange kompiser og familie, og det er drittøft.
Ja, hva tenker du om mesterskapet nå?
Nei, jeg har bare kjørt høljes her bare for moro, litt i tillegg til NM.
Hvordan skal det feires?
Nei, det blir en tur til Riga i kveld, det. Full fart der.
Gratulerer.
Jo, tusen takk.
So that's Simon talking about it being a very close final. He was only in Höljes and then here in Riga. He's pretty much just with family and friends enjoying himself. And of course that victory tasted very good.
Great stuff from Simon Engsvik. Thanks, Molly. Just going back a few races, remember we were watching in one of the semi-finals for cross-car, Martin Huger having problems. That was a weld that broke on the left front steering rod that caused him to retire, he tells us. Simon Engsvik wins the open two-wheel drive final from Victor Johansson, Kristaps Grunter third, Timmy Enlund fourth ahead of Ralf Eigervens, and the one retirement